It is now time for me to review Easter Eggs, the movie. What up, my Nimians, and welcome back to NimTV. I am your host, NimTV, and we are back with another movie review. This time, we are reviewing Ready Player One, which I just got back from seeing. This is the latest Steven Spielberg movie, and was actually one of the movies on my top 7 most anticipated movies of the year list. I believe it was, like, number 7, bottom of the list, but still, I was excited for this movie, mostly because of the idea of it. I think it's an interesting concept, and it's directed by Steven Spielberg, so there's that. So basically, the idea is there's a virtual reality in the future. This is the year 2040 something. In the future, there's this virtual reality that everyone goes to called the Oasis. People basically live separate lives in the Oasis, and then the creator of the Oasis actually died and left behind an Easter egg. And he basically said it so there's different clues to where it is, and you have to try to find it. And the main character in this is, trying to find it, because he finds some of the clues, and yeah, that's basically the plot of the movie. There's a couple other things, like there's a group, an organization that's trying to get it first, because they want to own the Oasis, because basically whoever wins the contest owns the Oasis. And this organization wants to own the Oasis because it's, the most valuable resource on the planet. There's a lot you can do with it. You can kind of control people through it almost, because it's so, like, everybody, lives there almost most of their time. So it's sort of this huge important thing. So what did I think of the movie overall? So there's one thing a lot of people were complaining about, because I watched a couple reviews, non-spoiler obviously, but a couple reviews before actually going to see the movie. And one thing a lot of people were complaining about was exposition. Like, the beginning of the movie is just chock full of too much exposition at the beginning of the movie. Like, there's a lot of visual storytelling opportunities that were missed in the beginning, and I think that is true. Except, an interesting thing is, they were actually using visual storytelling in the beginning, but they were also having the exposition over top of it, which was a little redundant. So, like, he's there and he's explaining how, everybody lives in the Oasis, how, like, it's this big thing that everybody lives in, even though it's basically already showing that on screen, because he's, like, walking by and, like, everybody has the headset on, and so you can kind of figure that out without him telling you. So there's a lot of, like, visual storytelling opportunities that were missed. And another thing I kind of thought could have been better was a few of the characters could have been fleshed out a little bit more. The main character and the main character's, like, love interest, those two were okay. Maybe a little bit more fleshed out, but, like, a couple of the side characters were just kind of there, and I was like, okay, they could have had more, again, been more fleshed out. I never really, there's his one friend, because it basically there's, like, him and his, like, 3 friends, right, that he plays games with a lot in the Oasis, because a lot of what the Oasis is there's a lot of, like, games and stuff in it. Obviously, it's not only that. There's, you can have a full virtual life, but there's a lot of, like, games and stuff, like video games. So, like, his kind of group of friends or whatever, it was, like, the one friend you get to know decently well. He's, like, his best friend or whatever. But the other 2 are just kind of there, and you never really, like there are certain scenes where it treats it as if this is a character you should know. Like, oh, you know this character. He's a character that you got to know. They treat it that way, but you don't. You never really get to know those characters. So I was always like, why didn't I get those characters fleshed out a little bit more? It was just they were just kind of there. I don't know. It was like 2 of them. If you saw the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I just got through all the complaints I have. Those are the major complaints. Other than that, it's a pretty fun movie. The whole kind of, searching for the eggs and searching for the clues was, compelling enough. I enjoyed that whole thing, and I think the concept alone is a an interesting enough of an idea just to interest me anyways. It was shot pretty well. Obviously, the action scenes were well. You know, Spielberg does really good with action and stuff in movies like this. So he really knows what he's doing with that. So yeah, all that was good. You know, it's a fun movie. That's what it is. It is a fun movie, and I enjoyed it. So there's not much more to say about that. Like if you like the concept of the movie, you'll probably like the movie. It does that concept pretty well. You know, I don't think it's a great movie. I think it's a pretty good movie. A good one to just have, you know, take a couple friends, go see this movie, have fun with it. That's all I can really say when it comes to this movie. Another thing that a lot of people have been mentioning that, you know, I guess I'll mention now what I thought of it, is sort of the idea that it's filled with pop cultural references. So, like, you know, at the beginning of my video, I mentioned it's like Easter eggs, the movie. That's because it's filled with tons of Easter eggs for other movies, other video games, other just pop culture things in general. Did that bog down the story? Did that take away from it in any way? There was certain parts where I was like, there was like a joke that was like reliant on you knowing a certain character from something else, and there was a couple parts where I was like, okay, they're relying on pop cultural references a little too much in a few parts, but for the most part it's like background stuff, and you know, some of them do add some fun clues as to, you know, how to get the egg at the end, the Easter egg. So, you know, some of it kind of adds to it, some of it kind of is like, okay, a little too just not, I don't know, just too like, hey, here's a reference for the sake of having a reference. I don't know, but it didn't bog it down too much, I don't think. So I enjoyed it. Would I go see it again? Yeah, maybe. Like, if a group of my friends wanted to go see it and they wanted me to go with them, I would go. You know, I mean, I have Movie Pass, so I can easily go again, obviously. But so it doesn't really matter. But so yeah, like, I would go see it a second time. Like, I'm not gonna purposely try to go see it a second time. But if given the opportunity and the proper circumstance, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll go see it a second time. So, yeah, you might as well go see it. It's a fun movie. Like, if the concept is interesting to you, you'll probably like the movie. And that's really all I have to say about it. I enjoyed it. There we go. That's my review. So now, if you want to see my immediate reaction to seeing the movie right after I left the theater, you can actually see that on the Stardust app. So, what is Stardust? Stardust is an app where you post your 10-second reactions to a movie. Right after you see a movie, you post your 10-second reaction on Stardust. It's sort of a social media. It's a new app that's, you know, it's still in its development stages right now. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. So if you want to, I actually do have a link in the description to the Stardust app. I'm not sponsored, but you know, I have the link down there anyways. So I have a link to the iTunes download of the app. If you don't have iTunes, you know, you can find it on, you know, Google Play, and there might be some other app stores you can find it on. I don't actually know. I know you can find it on Google Play though. But yeah, so you can go there, create an account, follow me if you want to, and you'll be able to see my reaction to Ready Player One and other movies. Every time I watch a new movie, I try to post my reaction on Stardust. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. So there you go. And you can post your own reactions too. That's also a lot of fun. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so Stardust. There we go. So yeah, and also you can go check out my short film Conflicting Thoughts if you haven't seen it yet. That should be on my YouTube channel. I don't know if I'll leave the link in the description or not. There should be an end card with it, either the short film or the playlist that the short film is in. So yeah, and my friend who was in the short film, Dylan, he's actually going to be creating his own YouTube channel soon, so pretty soon that'll be coming, and I will help promote him and be in some of his videos. He'll be in some of my videos. He already has been in a few of my videos, so that'll be a lot of fun. Look forward to that. So yeah, that's about all I have to say. So again, Ready Player One is a movie I saw. If it sounds interesting to you, you know, if the concept is interesting to you, you'll probably like it, so go see it. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. That is about all. I am Nim. This has been NimTV. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Ladies, I spoil loyal fans. I foil your plans and leave fluids leaking like oil pans. My coiled hands around this microphone are lethal. One thought in my cerebral is deeper than a jeep full of people. MCs are feeble. I came to cause some pandemonium. Battle a band of phony MCs, a stand a lonely one. Imitator, intimidator, stimulator, simulator of data, eliminator. There's never been a greater. Since the burial of Jesus.